Let's bring in South Carolina Republican Senator Lindsey Graham now. Senator, thanks so much for jumping on with us. As we can see, you're live from the White House there. What is your reaction to what we all just witnessed there in the Oval Office?
Devastated. Everything I and many have been working for to try to get a new relationship with the United States around a critical minerals deal beneficial to both of us was completely obliterated today. I met with Zelenskyy this morning. I urged him to stay on message, be grateful, be thankful. We'll talk about details of security guarantees later. Keep it upbeat, keep it positive. It was absolute, utter disaster. The question for me is he redeemable in the eyes of Americans? Most Americans witnessing what they saw today would not want Zelenskyy to be their business partner, including me, and I've been to Ukraine 9 times since the war started. I met with him this morning. President Trump I talked to last night, he was upbeat about the deal. I've never been more proud of President Trump for showing the American people in the world you don't trifle with this man. He was very positive. He was very upbeat. He wanted to get a ceasefire. He wants to end the war. And Zelenskyy felt like he needed to bait Trump in the Oval Office. JD was awesome. This was a missed opportunity. And the question for me, for the Ukrainian people, I don't know if Zelenskyy can ever get you to where you want to go with the United States. Either he dramatically changes or you need to get somebody new.
Senator, I don't know if you were in the Oval Office. My read is that you weren't. Correct me if I'm wrong on that.
I just had lunch with him.
Okay, all right. So when you were with Zelenskyy this morning and you told him to stay upbeat and positive, what did he say to you?
Yeah, he listened, and I had Democratic senators who said the same thing. I said, President Trump wants a ceasefire. He wants to end this war. We don't need to debate about how the war ends in the Oval Office. We need to celebrate that we've got a $500 billion deal between the United States and Ukraine that gives us a business interest fighting for, that this is a big deal. Thank President Trump for helping you extract the minerals and be your business partner that can lead to a greater partnership. Zelensky's got a chip on his shoulder. Every European leader applauds him for standing up to Trump. All I can say is a missed opportunity. He doesn't even begin to explain it. And Zelenskyy is either going to have to fundamentally change or go. I can't believe most Americans, after what they saw today, would want to be partners with Zelenskyy. Ukraine's an important ally. They've fought like tigers. I don't want Putin to win. I want to help Ukraine. But it's hard to help people who seemed unable to realize the moment they're in. And President Trump handled it in a fashion that if I'm China, I'm Iran, I'm any would-be adversary, I'd be worried about right now. He gave a master class in how to stand up for America.
Okay, so what we saw immediately following these exchanges, Senator, was the president kicked Zelenskyy out of the Oval Office, out of the White House. We have since seen a statement from Zelenskyy thanking America for its support and for this meeting today. So what do you anticipate happens next? Have you heard anything directly out of the White House in the minutes that have followed this?
I just think there's no way the president could have signed that deal given the way he and JD and our country were treated. I don't know if you can put it back together. I don't know if you can repair the damage. And I've busted my ass to try to help Ukraine to make sure we help them win a war that would, get this war over in a way that we don't have further aggression, and Donald Trump's the man to do it. I told him this morning, I told him, don't take the bait. Don't let the media or anybody else get you into an argument with President Trump. What he's doing today is resetting the relationship. You should be grateful. Now, whether or not we can put this back together, I don't know. But Zelensky's going to be on your network tonight. If I were him, I would profusely apologize to the way he treated our president and the vice president in the Oval Office and show a little bit of gratitude for what the American people have done.
Senator, how does Moscow and Putin look at this meeting today? What's their read?
Well, I think they look at Trump and say, I don't want to get on that guy's wrong side. I think what Zelenskyy did today is marginalized himself with the American people. And any time you do that, that emboldens your enemies. But my takeaway, I told President Trump, I said, there's two ways to look at this. Your interaction with Zelenskyy was maybe the best television I've ever seen. But it's deeper than that. The world is now watching how Trump behaves and acts when he's pressed. I thought he stood up for America, that we're a good people. We want to help you, but we're going to be respected. So I think Moscow is probably more afraid of Trump than ever. Hope the Chinese are, and I hope the Iranians are. As to Zelenskyy and Ukraine, to the Ukrainian people, America wants to help you. The way the meeting went today, you made it almost impossible to help you.
Again, I'll ask you, what do you want to see happen next?
Well, I don't know what's going to happen next. I don't know if you can repair the damage. I don't know if you can ever do a deal with Zelenskyy anymore. Listen, did you see a guy that you felt good about going into business with? And I've been a fan. I've met him more times than I can count. But today showed just poor judgment, showed lack of control. Now, what I want him to do, I guess, is just to say, I screwed up big time for my country and for the U.S. relationship. And if I had it all do over again, I'd done it differently. I'm sorry. If he can't say that, then Ukraine, you either need to send us somebody new we can deal with or just accept the consequences.
Senator, thanks for popping on here. White House.